Hey guys, it's Dante's Retrospective of Life here. Um, I had a new video idea and a bunch of ideas have been flooding. I haven't made content in years since I was just, in high school, a freshman. I was just a boy at the time. I was small. I was a kid, you know what I mean? But there's been a lot on my mind these last couple weeks, and a lot of this changed, especially in my aspect of life and what I was doing in those years in the past. I started YouTube as a kid because I wanted to be famous. I wanted to be big. I wanted to be like all those streamers you see. I wanted to make millions and have the nicest car. But now I just want to use YouTube as a platform to spread my ideas and hopefully inspire others to do the same. Um, this is just my mind. This is basically just me speaking. You could basically consider this a podcast if you would like to. But today's episode is going to be about addiction and what that can do to you. And I'm going to give you my personal experiences with addiction, ways that you can help yourself, and ways that you could, change your life for the better and better other people as well. Um, this all runs back to about, let's say July 2022. I had never really smoked any, said substance, as we're gonna call it green, so I don't get demonetized and these videos don't get taken down in the future. But with my past experience, I never had done that. I had friends that had done it, and I denied it for a long time. And one day I decided, why not? Why not just take a puff? What could be the worst possible outcome of that? I did, and I really liked it. I felt light on my feet, and I felt like a very sociable person as someone who was pretty antisocial at the time. Um, and that was just the beginning. I started making new friends in that sort of circle and started smoking with all my friends, and it became something I did every single day. Um, it was a key aspect of my life for years and years and years. Um, with it being 2025, it was almost 2.5 years nonstop. Got to a point for me where I couldn't operate without it. I couldn't do school. I couldn't read. I couldn't even sit down and play video games without smoking or just, even drinking, And it started taking a major toll on my life and my health and my mental health, especially. Um, I started experiencing extreme chest pains, and it gave me like unbelievable anxiety for almost the entire time I did it. But I kept doing it because my friends and the people around me were doing it, and I kind of wanted just to fit in. Um, and I'm not saying that this said substance is horrible for everyone, and everyone does their own thing, and some people need it. But I will say that it's not the best choice for everyone, especially if you're young and you're just starting high school and you're ready to succeed. It might not be for you. Um, for me, it really scarred my grades, and it messed up my outcome of life. I never finished high school because of it, and I wouldn't say I blame that. It was personal decisions as well, but it made me extremely mentally unstable, and it made me a person that, I wish that I had never been, and I made horrible life choices because I wanted to go out and smoke with my friends at 2 in the morning. And these are decisions that I made, and it put a toll on my life, and I pushed people away, and I started experimenting with other substances as well. And because of that, I started going down a path of just destruction, self-destruction. I started ruining my life and, taking away from others, blaming other people for my mishaps and the things that I had done. And at the end of the day, I would just go right back to what I was doing. It doesn't matter what people would tell me, my loved ones, my friends, it would never matter. I would push it all to the side like it wasn't real. But, I kind of just wanted to get down to the point that, addiction will scar you and your loved ones forever. I was an alcoholic for a long time as well, and I drank every single day. I would drink fucking 10 beers a day. I would drink so much alcohol, and it was horrible. I'd go to work drunk. I would go to school drunk. I'd be hungover every single night. It was a party. It was a party in my mind. That's all I wanted to do was party, 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 party. I didn't want to do anything else. And that sort of just, it basically ruined my life for a point. And it caused some mishaps in my life that I will cover in future episodes. And there's a lot to talk about. I honestly have hundreds of episodes I could make talking about my mishaps and what you could do to avoid them. All I gotta say is if you've never smoked before and someone hands you a blunt, if you don't think you want to puff it, then don't puff it. Don't take that hit because your friends are telling you to. Don't do these things because your buddies are telling you, because it's not just that substance. That is a gateway to other substances. Maybe not in all environments, but for me it was. And, you know, I'm completely sober off everything now. I drink from time to time, but not to a point where I was, weekend drinking, maybe once every 2 weeks. I quit smoking 4 months ago, and I've never felt better in my life. I've never felt so much more released and more mentally there than I have. In the span of me smoking, I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and a bunch of other, interesting things that happened to me. And I'd blame it on smoking when it probably wasn't that. I probably had those things prior, and smoking was just making them a lot worse for me. As I said earlier, some people need to smoke. You have body pain, you have, like me, I have costochondritis. It might release that pain. It might relieve it completely. But for some, it doesn't. And for some, it just sparks extreme levels of anxiety, and you just can't stop, because people say it's a non-addictive substance. But I would say completely it is. You have a mental attachment. You can't let go of it once you do it for a long enough time. You can't operate without being upset unless you smoke. And it costs a lot of money depending on where you live as well. I remember me and my friends would scrape by $90 we had just to get a little bit of it. And if that's not addiction, then I don't know what is. If you're spending all your money on something and you want to spend all your time, and I was spending all my time every single day doing this, and I became lazy. I dropped out of school, and I quit jobs, and I did this and that because I wanted to hang out with my friends, and I wanted to drink, and I wanted to party, I wanted to smoke every single day. And that's not how you live life. You're not going to be successful at that life. And I'm not going to say that I'm successful by any means, but I want to be successful. And this journey and these videos I'm posting are going to be my guideline to that, to success, because I've seen success and a lot of my friends are successful. And I realized that I kind of fell to the bottom of the barrel over the years. And, I have been recovering my life for the last couple of months, and I've been through some harsh things, and I've learned a lot about life and what not to do in life and the good things you can do for yourself. But addiction is stipulating, and a lot of people don't even realize they're addicted until you take it away from them. And that was me. I would go 2-3 days without smoking, and I would be a monster. I would just be angry. I would yell at my friends, and I would cause problems with my family. And I would go out looking for a fight when I didn't need to. And I know that this might not be everyone, and not everyone might react the same way, but as someone that's seen it, and I've seen other people react the same way, I don't know, how else I could describe that. And as I said, no cuts, no editing. This is just me speaking my mind on, these subjects that we're going to be talking about for the next couple weeks. Content may change as time goes on, but right now I kind of just want to reflect. And this is more of a self-reflection that I want to educate you guys upon. I'm not the greatest public speaker ever, and I want to get better at it, and that's what I'm going to use this platform for. So sorry if everything seems a little bit unprofessional, but, I'm doing what I can with the resources that I have. But back on the topic of addiction, I've seen so many people throw their lives away for substances much harsher than the ones we described prior. And it's sad, it's heartbreaking to see someone with so much potential just throw it all away. You have to understand that not just we are hurt, they're hurting as well, and that's why they continue to use these substances most time. And, I've had friends pass away because of substance abuse, and I've had family members pass away as well and go ins and outs of prisons and all kinds of things. And it's not a good sight, and it's not something that I would wish upon anyone. including, myself or my friends, and I never expected it to happen to me of all people. I thought that I was going to be good forever, and I never would have to go through these dark times, so to speak, with substance abuse. But, I'm thankful I never tried the hardest of drugs, and I don't ever want to, but I did experiment with certain things, and I have regrets with that. And some people, all it takes is one experience, and they'll do it for the rest of their lives, or they'll do it till they're dead, or they'll do it till they throw everything away, or they sell everything in their house and it's gone. And that's just not something that's not living, And another topic for me is, it could be dangerous. It can put you and other people in danger as well. Now, in the aspect of just living your life, probably not. But say you have children and you're doing pills and this and that, and is that safe for your child to be around? Probably not. Say you're operating a vehicle under influences. That's not safe either. You could kill somebody. You could hurt someone. Addiction harms everyone, including yourself. No matter the level of addiction you have, it will end up harming you eventually. And there's all kinds of addictions. There's not just substance addiction. There's porn addiction. There's gambling addiction. And I have seen all of these things firsthand. And as someone who doesn't gamble, I never would. I have some friends that do, and they spend so much money on gambling, and they just lose it all. They never make a profit. But they're obsessed with the thrill of making a couple dollars on each bet they make, or on a roulette. It's just not a worthy cause for yourself. There's better things you can put your money and your time towards that isn't an addictive, process. But, and like I said, addiction comes in the smallest waves to the largest. You could be addicted to video games. You could be addicted to anything. But addiction harms everyone around you, no matter the level or the cause of it. And I will tell you that, sure enough, that it doesn't make anyone happy. It doesn't make you happy. And it might make it, you might feel happy for the time you're doing whatever said thing you're doing, but in the end of the day, all you're looking for is another fix of whatever that is. That's not going to help you. You're chasing your tail. You're never going to catch it. You're never going to get to the end of this. Quitting smoking was really easy for me. It wasn't easy when it comes to the substance itself, but just stopping. I just stopped. One day I felt that I was tired of the chest pain. I was tired of the anxiety, and I don't care what people say or what people think about me, and I just quit. And it was difficult for the first week. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. And you can't tell me that's a sign of addiction either, because if you can't sleep without the substance, and you can't eat without this substance, then that seems like an issue. And for some, they use it for sleep, and that's totally fine. But like I said, this substance is not for everybody. And I've noticed over the years, as a lot of it's becoming publicized. I live in a state where it's completely legal, and it's so publicized everywhere, all over the internet. Your favorite influencer's smoking on camera, and that's fine. But you have to understand there's a younger audience, a broader audience that doesn't smoke, that might think that's cool, and I want to do that, So, seems a little bit like I'm yapping right now, but I'm just trying to get my point across, is that addiction is not good for you or good for anyone. This is my first ever video regarding these topics in my life, and I will be getting a new desk soon and a bunch of other stuff, maybe even a new camera and a microphone, and I want to start a podcast-like channel idea. So if you guys want to throw some ideas or subjects at me, go right ahead. I have dozens of subjects already written down, and no scripts. These are just me freehanding it, and maybe I'll script them eventually and actually start, reading off my thoughts. But I enjoy just to talk into the camera and let you guys know how things are going. Obviously, live streaming this content would be strange, so I'm not going to do that, of course. But there's a million subjects, positive and negative, that I'll be talking about. But today is a very strong one, and the reason I want to make this channel was addiction. And if you or your loved ones have an addiction, seek help of any kind, whether it's medical or just asking a friend for advice. Get the help you need and try to better yourself. And I'm not meaning that in any sort of negative connotation. You need help. you need to get up and figure it out. Because let me tell you, most people aren't going to have someone figure it out for you. Not for me. I had to wake up one day and realize that this isn't for me. And I did. And I changed what I was doing in my life. And it helped me so much. And it fixed so much for me. And I just need you all to realize that help is there for you. People care. You are loved. And addiction doesn't have to be your crutch anymore. You don't ever have to touch that substance or that thing that gives you a rush ever again. There is beauty in the world. There's beauty all around you. And you'll find love in something else in time. It just takes patience and discipline. And I believe that all of you can do it. I appreciate you watching my video. I hope that this reaches a really broad audience. And I really hope that my dictation here and my little speech, if you want, I hope it inspires someone to reflect upon themselves, or maybe reflect and give advice to a friend or a family member or someone in need of help. You know, there's probably a million videos about this subject on YouTube, but I wanted to talk about my experiences and what I've been through and the things that I have seen. It's a cruel world out there. It'll eat you alive, but you have to be stronger, and you cannot let your wills fall down for a substance or something, you know. But once again, thank you guys for watching my video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. I'll probably be posting tomorrow. Yeah, peace out.